Hi, Peter Rossetti here today, working with Ken Burns on a documentary about the founding of the Jesuit Order, or the Society of Jesus. I'm here today to talk about how the society was founded and some of the details regarding its origins and how it began. While the society has over a 450-year rich history, I'm going to focus on merely the origins of the society. And to do this, I'd like to focus on a few key members that led to the formation of the society, as well as a few key events that led to this creation, providing both a historical context that led up to its formation, as well as the brief history surrounding the first few formative years of the Society of Jesus. First, it is important to briefly acknowledge Ignatius of Loyola, probably the most famous of the co-founders of the Society of Jesus. He was born to a local Basque noble family in what is now known as Spain. He at first was a knight, coming from a royal family, and was a soldier of sorts. After spending time as a soldier, Ignatius decided to redevote himself to his faith after reading a series of books on Jesus. He decided that he would model himself on St. Francis of Assisi and devote himself to a life of faith and serving others. By 1534, he found himself at the University of Paris, where he would meet several other friends and classmates who would go on to become co-founding members of the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits. Next, it is important to address Francis Xavier, who was born on the 7th of April, 1506. He would prove to be a great Roman Catholic missionary and was one of the key founding members of the Society of Jesus, or Jesuits. He would eventually end up at the University of Alcala with Ignatius of Loyola, and this would lead him to become a key founding member of the Society of Jesus. Finally, I wish to address Peter Faber, another key founding member of the Society of Jesus. He was born in 1506 in Savoy, in a part of what is now known as France. Born to peasants, he would often go to sermons in the morning and still be able to remember them verbatim in the afternoon. With an intellect like this, it is no wonder that he quickly fell in with Ignatius of Loyola and Peter Xavier during his time at the University of Paris, and would go on to become another key founding member of the Society of Jesus. While there are other key founding members of the Society of Jesus, for the purpose of this project, I will leave it at these three men, as they were the most key and central figures to this formation. On August 15th, 1534, Ignatius of Loyola and his companions, feeling that they were placed together by Christ, met in the basement of the Church of St. Denis, calling themselves the Society, or Company of Jesus, Amigos in el Señor, friends of the Lord. They felt that they had come together to serve others and follow in the footsteps of their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. In 1537, the company of men, the Society of Jesus, traveled to Rome to seek papal approval for their order. The Pope at the time, Pope Paul III, gave them a commendation and permitted them to be ordained priests. This was the beginning of what would officially become the Society of Jesus. With war raging in the Holy Land in the Ottoman Empire, the Society of Jesus turned to the Italian peninsula to begin their good works. As the Italian War of 1534 to 1538 renewed under Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor, the Society of Jesus found plenty of good works to be done at home on the Italian peninsula, going up and down the peninsula and doing good works, helping those ravaged by the terrible war. After all their good works in the wars, by 1540, the Jesuits, or Society of Jesus, was poised to become official. After a congregation of cardinals reported favorably upon the Society of Jesus, Pope Paul III issued his papal bull, the Regimini Militantis Ecclesiae, or to the government of the Church Militant, on the 27th of September, 1540. This is the founding document that made the Jesuits an official religious order of the Catholic Church. While the Jesuits have a long and rich history, My purpose here today was to merely describe and teach about the founding of the Jesuit Order. Once again, this is Peter Rossetti here working with Ken Burns on this documentary film. I hope you've enjoyed this digital story, and I hope you have found it very insightful. Thank you, and goodbye.